everyone, I'm Stacy, the 911 Stitcher. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch and crafting. Today is Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. This is video 128. Welcome back, everybody. My videos are always about cross stitching. Sometimes I talk about quilting. I am going to show one quilt block that I did today. I'll show some cross stitch finishes, and I'll talk about one crochet stitch along or crochet along. Those will be short. This is primarily about cross stitching. So welcome back, everybody. I am going to try and not make this video a hot mess. I have very little time to do a video today, and my poor body is in a hot mess. It's just a hot mess right now. So as you know, you guys, I'm recovering from shoulder surgery, so I will not be moving this side of my body. I'm supposed to be in a sling, but I took the sling off for just a short time so I can do this video and just feel a little bit normal again. It's been quite the battle, not being able to move your upper body. You don't realize how much you use your shoulder. Even writing, I tried doing Christmas cards a couple days ago, and I didn't realize I write very hard. I'm a very heavy-handed, I print when I write, and I didn't realize that when I pushed down to write how much that would trigger the shoulder. So it's been 3 weeks now post-op, and I'm doing okay. I did not get very good news afterwards. And I'm not going to go into that because I've got a lot of stuff going on right now. So, this video is just, you know how I am. I always, amidst my orthopedic problems, my videos are always positive. I come here to get away from those problems, but I do like to keep you updated if I disappear for a while. And if it's been a while since you've seen me, what's been going on? Where'd she go and what's happening? So I just want to let you guys know that all is well, sort of. My mom, you guys know, is not doing well. And unfortunately, last week we got some very, very bad news about her. She has been diagnosed with dementia. I do like sharing this stuff with you. So again, in my last video, I mentioned if I disappear for a while, things might not be going so well with my mom. But I appreciate all your well wishes. I appreciate your messages, your emails. I've gotten emails, and I just can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much for thinking of me and for watching my videos, of course. So I mentioned the video might be a hot mess. So I've got the shoulder thing. I can't move one side of my body. I can't feel my thumb. I just got back from orthopedics, and I am literally going to have to grab things. I'm such a mess. And my eyelashes are sticking together. I mean, really, is my day just not going to be full, can it get any worse? Now my left eye is stuck together. So if you see my eyes, my mascara stick together, just ignore me. I'm really not winking at you guys and creeping you guys out. My eye is like, the mascara is like sticking together. I guess I didn't curl the eyelashes, good enough. So we'll get through this video though. I do have some finishes. I'll show you. I have been stitching. I was able to stitch very shortly after the surgery because I can use my hands. I just have to be careful on how much I use with the arm. And so I have been doing a lot of stitching. No crocheting. I have not been on the sewing machine since I was operated on. So anyway, thank you again, last video, for all the emails. I had asked you guys to send me some emails on and pictures of your retreat mats. We talked about when you go to a cross stitch retreat, and even probably maybe some other retreats, that people have, maybe quilting or crochet. When you walk into a cross stitch retreat, sometimes there's there's a bunch of tables. Everybody goes with their friends and they pick a table to sit with. Or if you're on your own, you just find a table with an empty seat and you sit down and you come back with new friends, guaranteed. I can think of some friends right now that I'm so thrilled that I got to meet at my last retreat because she came. In fact, I'm thinking of one, she came alone, never been to a retreat before. And I love that we all bonded and we're all friends. And now we're trying to get her to go to the Barefoot retreat that me and my friend Michelle like to go to in South Carolina. I will be going to that one in February. If any of you guys happen to be in the South Carolina area, I believe there's a few open spots left. It's called Barefoot Needleart in Surfside Beach. They're having a retreat down in Myrtle Beach. And it's so fun. It is probably my favorite retreat. It's just a blast. So anyway, cross stitch mats. When you walk in, sometimes people like to lay down just a little square. I'm not going to move my arm, but just a little like 12 by 12, 13 by 13, whatever, little mat, just in your own little area. And then you kind of set up your little desk the way that you want. I have my iPad. I have, I stitch off my iPad. I have my projects. Me and Michelle shared a little trash can, little that we can put our little threads that we cut at the end in. And little things that you need, snippers, scissors, and I'll talk about that in another video. But I wanted to let you guys know I did get your pictures. Thank you guys. And I didn't get a chance to write everybody back, but I will have another video just on stitching mats. And we'll talk about it. Is it a necessity? No, because I've gone to lots and lots of retreats with stitching mat, not in my bag, because I didn't have one until I made myself one. Okay, let's talk about some cross stitching and crafting news. So if you crochet, just a quick blurb about crochet. Addict24, I've mentioned them before. She's an amazing crochet blanket designer, and they are for free on her website, her blog. And check them out. I'll link her down below. The newest blanket has just come out. They are having a crochet along, and it starts on January 10th. It is called Canalboat Blanket, and I'll put a picture here. It is beautiful. So it's so fun to be able to find designers that offer things for free. I love to support Addict24. I have finished a blanket on my, as well, and I'll show you a picture here if I can remember to put it in. It was called the Meadow Blanket. The yarn that they offer is through Wool Warehouse in the UK. So Canalboat, isn't that a pretty one? I like that. Okay, let's talk about some more cross stitch news. I happened to be watching, I was down for the first 2 weeks of surgery, and I was watching a lot of Flosstube, a lot of YouTube videos on cross stitch. So I saw a video that blew me away. Now, when we cross stitch, I'm a great example. I finish my cross stitches, I show you what they look like, and a lot of times I put them in a drawer. I'll finish them or I'll send them off to be made into something. When I do my videos, I really like to help you guys think, what should I do with my cross stitch once I'm done with it? Once I'm done stitching it. I don't know if you can see this one. It's a firehouse. It's a fire department house right there. And I made that was made into a stand-up. And you can see on my Christmas tree that I've got all kinds of little mini pillows, little mini ornaments, and my stand-up Santa, the very, very famous stand-up Santa that everybody seems to love so much from Prairie School, or was made into a stand-up. So I really like showing you guys what I do with my finished cross-stitch pieces, because a lot of people say they finish it and go, okay, well, do I have to frame everything? What do I do now? So I really love sending you guys to YouTube tutorial videos by Vonna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher, offers free tutorials, along with Helen D, another favorite of mine. Helen D, the East Coast Stitcher. She has free tutorials on her YouTube as well. I'm going to link them down. I'm going to put them down below in the notes below. So I have been able, a lot of these I've done myself. Some of them I sent off to be finished. This is a punch needle right here. And the candy peppermint patty, the peppermint candy is also punch needle. That also can be turned into ornaments. So anyway, I happen to be watching a video. So again, a lot of my finishes go into a drawer, and I'll either send them to get finished, or I'll try and finish it myself when I get a chance. But how many of us have a stack of cross stitch that's been finished, that's been stitched by us, that's just sitting there? So I watched a video the other day. I watched Julie, the Kansas City girl in a Colorado world, on YouTube. If you want to see a phenomenal, I'm not kidding you, I've never seen anybody do this before, a phenomenal video that blew me away. She had a stack of cross stitch that she had not done anything with, and she decided, you know what? I'm going to do 89 finishes. I'm going to make some mini pillows. I'm going to do some frames. I'm going to, get some stuff framed. I'm going to make some stand-ups. I'm going to do this. I've got 89 finishes, cross stitches sitting in my drawer. I'm going to finish each one and do a video and show you guys. She did the video. So as I was watching, she said, it's if you go to Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, check out the video after 127. It says Flosstube Special Edition. You guys have got to check this out. It's phenomenal. So I watched the whole thing. So she took number 1 and she shows you the whip. She shows you the project that she stitched. And then in the next clip, she shows you what she made it into. Within just a few weeks or even a month, she finished 89 projects into something. Check it out. It's just phenomenal. Julie did an amazing job. And I wrote to her and told her that video blew me away. I've never seen anybody finish 89 projects in one video. Awesome video. So check that out. Okay, let's talk about a block of the month that I joined. You know, I got a new sewing machine, trying to kind of dapple, is that the word? Dapple into sewing machine stitching a little bit. I have made some pillows. Let's see if I can see one that I made. A little one. Oh, I can't use that arm right there. And I've made more, but they're around. There's one I made right, I think there. Is that him? Yep. He's next to the big strawberry right here. That one I made. So anyway, one of these days I'll pull them all down and show you. I've shown them in previous videos, but I have tried to do my own finishing. And now I got a new sewing machine and I'm so thrilled. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm making a lot of mistakes, which is good because I've learned so much. And I'll show you something I finished in just a few minutes. So I joined a block of the month club. Now that I'm comfortable on my machine, now that you'll see what I finished, I got some piecing together with triangles and squares. Feel comfortable about this. So I joined a block of the month. So I'm going to be getting a block. It's going to be like a quilt, not a huge bed quilt, but it's a block. I believe it's 8 months worth of blocks. And I'm going to show you a picture of the completed project here. It is called Vintage Haunt. You guys know I love Halloween. It's 8 months starting in February and it goes through September. So every month I'm going to get a block, all the fabric, I've got the thread, and I'm going to make a block and then join them all at the end. So I'll have a little quilt. I'm going to feel good about myself. I'm super excited about it. But anyway, that is through Shabby Fabrics. Okay, let's talk about a new designer. I see him in a lot of groups. I've talked to Akshay myself. We've talked through Messenger. He's a very kind-hearted person, very supportive, very helpful when people have questions about cross stitch. He's right there to offer a hand and offer an answer. I've seen him go searching for patterns for people. He's just a great guy. I want you to check out Akshay Raghu. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm going to show you a picture of his very first design. He's in the process of getting his own website. And his very first project is called, or his first design is called Smitten by Stitches, Quaker Impressions. Now he knows I love Quakers. So I've been looking for a blessing sampler. Now everybody's asked me, what's a blessing sampler? It's just a small little sampler that that you look and you start on January 1st. It's just a little tradition. And if you finish it within the month of January, it's said to bring you good luck. The past 2 years, I've done a blessing sampler. So I decided to make Akshay's new design my blessing sampler because I love Quakers and it's a great size. It's not that big. And now the fun part is choosing the thread that I want to use for the design. So you can find this design if you like what I just showed. I'd love for you to support Akshay because he certainly has supported a lot of us when we've had questions as new to cross stitchers, and you know, when we need to find something, he offers suggestions. I've seen him, he's helpful in not only in my group, my Facebook group, but he's also helpful in other groups. So his first design can be found on the Fox and Rabbit website. I believe their website is foxandrabbit.com. I'm going to link it down below. Just a great job that he did, and I'm super excited to see more of his designs. Okay, let's talk about some more cross-stitch news. The Al Forest Designs free 2025 stitch along. Past few years, they've had a free stitch along where you can go in, join the stitch along, and if you go onto their website, you want to see all the free charts that they have. It's incredible. I believe it's alforest.com. I didn't write it. alforestembroidery.com. I'm going to link it down below. If you can't find the website for some reason, just send me an email or a comment down below. I do read your comments and I will answer you and I'll link it for you. So Al Forest, free stitch along 2025. It's called 12 months. And on the website, they've already posted the frame. So it's the frame that's going to go around all the pictures that they're going to give you. When you go on their website, click on the very first 3 lines at the top. If you click it, you can see ENG for English. Click it onto English. You'll see the little globe sign. It's next to that. Click that. It'll go to English. And then if you go back up to the 3 lines again in the search bar, that's where you're going to find the search bar is those 3 lines at the top. Type in free, F-R-E-E. Now you'll see all their free patterns and the frame for the 2025. And that's where you're going to go when they start bringing in the new design for 2025. It sounds like so much fun. While we're talking about Owl Forest, let me show you some new designs. I usually do the new releases at the end, but I'm going to go ahead right now since this video is kind of all over the place. Owl Forest has 3 new sets of charts that are wreaths, and I bought one of them. It's called, the one that I bought was called First Snow. Look at this. Is this not gorgeous? Now, as soon as you go onto their website, it's on the very first page. You just scroll down and you'll see First Snow. Let me show you Christmas Eve. And then next is Frosty Night. Aren't those beautiful? Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. So I wanted to show those. Let's talk about, I'm gonna try and go a little bit faster. Let's talk about some new finishes that I have. Actually, since this is sitting here, let me go ahead. Hold on just a second. I was gonna wear my sling to remind me not to move, but I'm doing a good job so far. I'm not doing too much moving of the shoulder. Okay, I have one new start. Let's start with that first. Cherry Hill Stitchery. Hot Cocoa is Calling. I'm going to show you a picture here. I'm using 32 count Hemingway fabric, linen, and DMC thread. So my start on Hot Cocoa is Calling is here. Oh, I forgot my light. I just realized I have a light that kind of shines a little bit better. It's going to be everything's going to be a little dark because I did forget the light. Okay, I just opened a window up a little bit. And it's a little bit better, but that's my start. So everything's, like I said, going to be just a little bit dark in this video, but that's okay. You can see it. Boy, that white shows up good on that fabric. Hemingway is one of my favorite fabrics. So this is my new start, and I'll have more progress the next time you see it. Let's talk about a finish. I did finish Be Peaceful by Maria Bravco. 32 count Chesapeake is what I use. So here's the chart. I did leave off the wording on the bottom. I just wanted the bee. I'd like to put her on a project bag. So her website, her Etsy shop is called Cute Patterns by Maria. And this was gifted to me for a birthday gift from my friend, Bettina. Anyway, so that's what I finished. And here he is. Is he just not the cutest thing? I just loved him. I love doing him. I love this fabric. This is Coloring Cotton Chesapeake. And I use DMC thread. Okay, my next finish is Nessie Mitchell, 1929 by Mama Loves You GB. Now remember, I wanted this one really, really small. I want to do a display with little mini samplers, either in a dough bowl, a bigger dough bowl, or a tiered tray. Just little mini samplers. I would love that. I've got a few already, so I decided to do Nessie Mitchell on 56 count. So the stitches are tiny, tiny, tiny. And I used Dirty Teacup by Needle and Flax fabric. So the fabric is gorgeous. Look at that beautiful fabric, Needle and Flax. And I used Victoria Clayton Silk Black. And I think it came out so pretty. So I am going to make that into a little pillow to be displayed in the back of the room. And that just adds to my little tiny, sampler collection that I want to have displayed during some months when maybe there's not a holiday that I decorate for. Valentine's, of course, February, April, maybe Easter, sometimes March has Easter. But June, there's not a lot going on, and I love to just decorate with something else. And that's when I like to put the samplers out. But how cute is that going to be, that little tiny thing? And look at the detail. It's just such a beautiful chart. I think she did a great job on this. So this is finish number 2. Cross stitch finish number 3 is December in the Netherlands. This is one of my oldest projects. One of my goals this year was to clean up and finish some of my old projects that have been lingering. This has been lingering since 2019, and I love this chart. It's by Twin Peak Primitives, and it's called December in the Netherlands. So I believe it's December 5th that he arrives in the Netherlands via horse and via ship. I think they arrive on a ship, and I just love the story. I was so fortunate to be able to be there on those dates one time on a fantastic trip. So anyway, I did get this project finished. It is on, let's see here, 32 count Alchemy by Picture This Plus, and that's my finish. Isn't that just so fun? I wasn't sure about the colors of the houses at first, but the more I stitch with it, the more unique I thought it was. It's a night scene. I love it. Love everything about this. Now, I did use the call for threads except for one. If you can see, let's see if I can do this since I can't use my other arm. The blue right here, can you see the blue? It looks like ice. I chose Coloring Cotton Capri instead of, they had it 610, which is a brown. I didn't want that. I wanted ice on the house, and I wanted blue ice. So I substituted, and instead of that 610, I put the Capri light ice blue by Coloring Cotton. So this is just a lot of fun. 32 count Alchemy by Picture This Plus is the fabric. I always use 2 strands on 32 count, and this is just awesome. I love this so much. And I'm so glad that I was able this year to accomplish a lot of goals and finish one of my oldest projects. So again, December in the Netherlands by Twin Peak Primitives. Absolutely love this chart. And I will do another Twin Peak Primitives. I really, really enjoyed the chart. Okay, another finish. I'm gonna go ahead and show this. I will show this again in my next video when we talk about cross stitch mats when you go to a retreat. Again, I've been to a lot of retreats and never walked in with a mat. You don't need a mat. I didn't need a mat, but I decided, you know what? I think I'm going to give it a try. I got a new sewing machine and thought I want one for February when I go to the Barefoot Needleart's retreat in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So I ended up putting a few squares together with my new machine. Again, I made a lot of mistakes, but I learned a lot. And this is my finish for my cross stitch mat for February. Let me put it in the middle. Excuse the threads and any little hair you see. I just don't have the ability to clean my mat right now. This hard thing. Anyway, this is my finish. So how fun is this going to be when I take it to Barefoot Needleart for my little mat that's going to sit in front of me? I don't remember the name or the designer of the vintage Valentines, but I had a lot of fun doing this. And I just love everything about it. I'm going to show it up close so you can see the pictures of the vintage people, and I'll pull it up so you can see. But this was just something that I wanted to practice on and quilt it and make it. I wanted to work on binding, and I wanted to remember how to do everything. And this is my Valentine mat. It's a little smaller. When I was putting the squares, see, they're all 2.5 inch squares here. Each one is a 2.5 inch square. I didn't think about losing 1/4 of an inch on each side. So it came out a little smaller than I wanted it, just a little bit bigger. But you know what? I have a little mat that I'm going to take with me just from making mistakes and just trying, just giving it a shot. I thought about doing it by hand because I've done a lot of hand sewing. But since I just got a new machine, I thought, why not give it a try? Here's the back. Real pretty backing fabric. X's and O's, and I'm very proud of this. Like I said, I love that I made mistakes because I learned a lot. Okay, while I was thinking that I was sewing queen of the world, expert sewer of the world on my new machine, I went ahead and looked on Etsy and found a sewing project. Like, I'm going to show you a picture. It's obviously a Christmas piece. It's called Shining Star Quilt Block by Amanda Wiseman for BeMandyThings. So that's the name of her shop, BeMandy with an M, Things on Etsy. And so you saw the Christmas design. I changed it a little bit. I didn't want to do Christmas. I wanted to do bees. And here is my finish. Now, I don't know if this is upside down. Let me see. I'm having to do this video and just try really hard with just one arm. Anyway, that's my finish. I was able to piece it together. All I did was follow the design, follow the instructions, and I'll show it up close. Most everything meets up. There's a few little wonky intersections, but you know what? I've got another mat that I can use to display in my house or take it to a cross stitch retreat. Why not? I'm really into making these mats. I think it's so much fun. Anyway, what a fun pattern. So again, Shining Star Quilt Block. And if you look for her on Etsy, if you wanted the Christmas piece, or you can use your own fabric. I just used a kit or a bundle, like what is it called? A fat quarter bundle. I just took apart the colors and just substituted and made my own in the colors that were in the pack for the bees. So and it's not finished, it's not quilted yet. You can see and it gave me good practice on working my seams, you know, making like some of the seams go up, some of the seams go down. Quilters will know what I'm talking about. But anyway, this was a lot of fun. If you look for her on Etsy, make sure and put the words all together. BeMandyThings. Very, very fun. Okay, let's talk about some works in progress. Whips. What have I been working on? I'm continuing to work on this sweet little girl by, here's the name, Les La Petite Croix de Lucie. I got this on 1-2-3 stitch. She is just beautiful. Her coloring is beautiful. And I got a lot of progress on her. La rencontre means the meetup or the get together maybe. So I did Google it. It said the meetup. How adorable is she? She is just beautiful. And my progress here, I have not yet put eyes on her. Hold on. Let me get this hair off here. My dogs have visited one more time. This fabric is so pretty. Check out this fabric. It looks like clouds. Anyway, up close, she doesn't have any eyes. I really need to get her face done. And this is 32 count, and I don't know what type of fabric. It's a mystery fabric that I had in my stash. So I'll show her up close. You can see the little chipmunk. The chipmunk's looking up at her face, and you can see her arm around the chipmunk. So again, 32 count, gray and white, unknown fabric, and it's DMC thread. Isn't she just gonna look so cute? But the fabric, oh my gosh, this fabric's beautiful. Okay, last but not least, the last thing I've been working on is Haw Run Hollow. A year at Haw Run Hollow by Carriage House Samplings. Now I've done January, February, March, April, May, June. I'm now working on the July block, which you can see here with the fireworks and the sailboat. Lots and lots of water. Look at all that water that I have to stitch. So I am over halfway done with this. I'm so excited about this. I'm getting closer. It's still a lot of stitching. This one, the black one, is full coverage. I can't wait to get to that. But I've been working on July, which you can see here. And it's kind of like a sailboat. You can see the fish at the bottom and the people. So my progress, and I did not iron it because I picked my iron up and realized, oh, you can't even lift it. So yeah, not ironed, but that's okay. Here's my progress so far. Isn't this phenomenal? I'm going to show it up close. So I'm not able to show you, but right there's the whale, July, the flag, and then I've started on the water. Let me show you this all up close. Is that just not beautiful? I love this so much. Gosh, I plan on doing all the Haw runs, so I better get busy and finish this first one because I've got a lot more stitching ahead of me. But anyway, here's July. Is July just not darling? Look at that whale. What a great that charted whale is beautiful. He's so cute. So I'm just working on the water, and I am going to start working more on this coming up. So that's my progress on a year at Haw Run Hollow. I am using 20 count vintage country mocha, 2 threads. I always use 2 threads on 20 count. Some like 1 count, and 2's good too. So I am using DMC thread, except for the red is Ribbon Red by Classic Colorworks. I'm also using, I believe, the tree Over here is English Ivy by Classic Colorworks. Colonial Copper is the orange, not the face, that's DMC, but like the orange and the fire and the flowers down there in May. That orange is Colonial Copper. Same with the house. I believe some of that is Colonial Copper. Let me show you up close. So Colonial Copper for sure, that's Classic Colorworks. The rest is DMC. Again, the red. Look at the stained glass windows of the church. Isn't that beautiful? But otherwise, everything else is DMC. I'm only using like 3 or 4 Classic Colorworks. So that's my progress. July, phenomenal. I love it. I have also been working on my full coverage. That is the Noah's Ark, but there's not enough to show you yet, and I don't want to just show you a speck of color. So I probably have about 500 or 600 stitches in, but you know how full coverage, a full scene, you're working on the background sky, it's kind of boring. I'll show you that another time. Let's talk about giveaway winners. I want to get these out so you have something coming to you for Christmas. You know that I ship international, I ship all around the world. So anytime you put in for one of my giveaways, always feel free to put in, even if you live far away. I always will pay for your postage. And so last video, I had 3 project bags from Wanda. She is a supporter of my channel. Hold on, it's so hard doing stuff with one arm. She is such a supporter for my channel, and I can't thank her enough. The first bag is the mushroom bag, and it's a quilted. I didn't want to take it out of the plastic because it is sealed. The mushroom bag is quilted, and her shop, Pinky Promises Store on Etsy. She also sends floss tags. And here I went and, you know what, I'll just put this down and reach for it when I can. The mushroom bag goes to Donna H. Oh, I forgot to show you the front of the bag. Is that cute? The mushrooms. Okay, the mushroom bag goes to Donna H _XS. Donna, send me an email. I'm going to show you the email address here. You've won the mushroom bag. Okay, next we have got the sunflower bag. Is that just not gorgeous? God, that's beautiful. And here's the back. It's embroidered. Just a beautiful, good size project bag. Sorry for the glare. There we go. That's a better picture of it. Sunflower bag goes to Cindy Kunstman, Kunstman. Send me an email, Cindy. Congratulations, you won the sunflower bag. Okay, the next bag is the Raven bag. Is he just not absolutely gorgeous? These bags are just so big, and I love the size that they're not, too small. They're such a good size project bag. So here's the pumpkins, the jack-o'-lanterns on the front, and the Raven on the back. The Raven bag goes to Cindy Martinez 524. So contact me through email with your address and tell me which bag you won, and I'll be happy to send it to you. Might be a little bit slow in shipping. The holidays are upon us, so you know how mail can be a little bit slow, but I will get them in just as soon as I can. I may go to the post office after Christmas. My husband just got back from there and said it's crazy, like an hour wait. So I just can't do that physically right now, and I hate to ask him to go back and do it again, do the post office again. So I will get these to you probably at the end of the week. As soon as I hear from you, I'll email you and let you know when they go out. Let's talk about just a few things that I have kitted up and I plan to start in the new year. I finally kitted up the little Dutch girl. I got her off of eBay. It's called Vintage Home Arts. It's the little Dutch doll. I love doing little dolls and little girl, like little boy and girl dolls. The Netherlands has always been it's meant a lot to me growing up because I had like a second mom. She was our next door neighbor, and her name was Dory, and she would pretty much raise us if my parents weren't home, and we spent a lot of time at Dory's house. She taught me to speak Dutch, so back then as a little kid I was able to speak a lot more Dutch than I can remember now. But anyway, this also reminds me of my grandma's, who's still alive. She's 98 years old. She's doing okay, not great, but she's doing okay. And it reminds me of her because she had these little dolls, and they were international dolls. When I was a little kid, she gave them to me. I had a little girl from the Netherlands. England, Sweden, Germany. I still have these little dolls. So I really love to stitch little dolls like that. So she's next. And I did kit her up with DMC, and she'll be started in the beginning of the new year. I'm thinking probably that first week of January. I did find a blessing sampler I showed you earlier. That's going to get started January 1st. That's the one I just showed you from Akshay, his brand new design. So that's getting started January 1st. She's going to get started soon. And then the next one that I got, I was so fortunate. I found a chart, and I didn't realize it was Historical Sampler Company out of the UK. So I looked at it and it said Historical Company, and I thought, I wonder if that's the Historical Sampler Company. So I sent them an email and I asked them, is this your design? Now I'll show you what they sent me. I wanted this chart because I loved it on black. I thought it was phenomenal on black. So I sent them an email and asked, is this one of your charts? Because I couldn't find it. I only had the picture and I couldn't find. So I wrote to them and they said, yes, that's one of our charts. Why don't we send it to you? And I said, oh, let me pay for it. You know, let me pay. And I ended up getting this chart. Now here's my plan. I do want to do it all together. I think that that's just gorgeous on black. But how cute would that be? And we'll talk about goals in a few minutes. How cute would it be to also do miniature ornaments like the tree, the little snowman, the house? I like the word joy. I mean, these are just adorable. So I'm going to do individual ornaments, and I wanted, because I love the border so much, I'm going to do it all as one. So they ended up mailing me the kit. You know what? I can't open it with this arm. I'm going to have to show you this a different time because I just got a warning signal. So I'm not going to see if I can open it with this arm. No, it's the sticker's really, I'll get it. I'll show you next time. I'm fighting with pain a little bit right now. Let's see, what else did I kit up? I did get the threads for the Dutch Girl from 123 Stitch, and I also got it for another one. I'm gonna have to look on my phone and I'll tell you guys next time, but I did kit up another project from 123 Stitch. I don't know if you guys are on Fox and Rabbit Facebook group, but I happen to see that Karen got a gorgeous chart that was little pillow that was made for her, and it was this chart, and I went out and bought it from 123 Stitch. I thought that was just so cute, and I looked at her finish. Someone made it for her. It was beautiful. So I love that it says Mary Mary. I love the house, and I especially love the reindeer. Just beautiful. We've got such weird weather right now in the back. It's really dark. I have a lamp on, but the weather and the clouds are kind of changing. I got a big cut of fabric for Black Roses by Al Forest. I might start that sometime this year. I'll show that in the next video. I got a back order from 123 Stitch. I did not realize 123stitch.com now has sewing thread. So I got some really pretty colors for my sewing machine. Lots of purples and pretty reds. I got some blues. Oh, this purple here. Let me show you this. I didn't realize that they had sewing accessories. These are really pretty colors. This purple and the navy blue is really pretty. So that was on back order. They sent me that just a couple days ago. 2 charts that I got that I want to make some more mats, like some hot pads for my kitchen. Here's one. I got this idea from the Red Cross Stitcher. My good friend Beth showed these on her video, and I loved her hot pads so much, especially this pinwheel. I'm going to try that pinwheel. I've done those before, and I'm going to try that and make some hot pads for my kitchen. These were also from 123 Stitch, so they're now selling sewing patterns. I think I'm going to go ahead and save the rest of the haul. I've got a lot of other things to show. Oh, let me show you this bag I just got. My friend Sharon, she used to own the company Crescent Colorworks, which when she sold the business is now Classic Colorworks, the thread. So Sharon was having kind of a de-stash on some project bags that she wasn't using, and I ended up buying this one. Isn't that gorgeous? I love Christmas. I love gingerbread men. This is just beautiful. And this bag, there is an Etsy shop. I'll read it off in just a second, but gosh, that's beautiful. So pretty. It's by Starry Owl Stitchery. I love it. So I did buy that from Sharon on her D-Stash. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and show more stuff in the next video because I'm getting a little tired, and like I said, I got a little bit of a warning sign from my shoulder saying enough, enough's enough. So anyway, sorry everything went dark. It looks like my lighting's not working real well, but I wanted to come back and see you guys before Christmas, talk about some goals. What do I have for goals for 2025? I am going to do more finishing myself. I'm going to try and do more sewing, making my cross stitch into some ornaments. I am going to do 25 finishes, smalls, 25 smalls for 2025. I just decided to do that on my own, 25 smalls for 2025. I'm going to finish some lingering projects, some cross stitch projects that I have had sitting for quite some time. And I really am doing a good job of that. I finished December in the Netherlands. The bee I had started like last year and didn't finish it, and I got that finished. So I am doing really well on finishing some lingering projects. I'm going to set a goal to have one project a month that's old and work on it and try and get towards a finish. So 25 smalls for 2025. In the next video, I'll let you know how many finishes I had. I forgot to add it up. I would like to start a project. I have an out of print chart, and I can't think of the name of the company, Anagram something, that is now out of print. I'll show that in my next video. And I'm also, the next finish that is my focus piece on getting it finished that's been lingering is a Mill Hill kit called Burr. That's on my list to get done. I might have that one more finish for 2024. So anyway, more practice on my machine. I'd like to do some of the small houses from Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. I'll show those in my next video. And I think that's about it. So I wanted to come and see you guys before the holidays. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you for following me this year. I will be back in January for a New Year's video, and we'll talk about plans and we'll show you some good stuff. So thanks again for joining me this year. I really appreciate it. Happy holidays, everybody, and I'll see you next year. Bye, everybody.